Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. I am posting the next three reviews will definitely be posted in the month of February, and the month of February is Black History Month. I really, one way or the other, if it's cool, it's cool. If it's not, it's not. I'm not getting into the politics behind it. The reason I bring it up is I actually accidentally started this last year. And I had totally forgot about Black History Month the entire month, and then at the end of the month, I remembered at the last minute, and I did a couple albums. I did one from Funkadelic and one from Parliament. Well, I'm gonna do a triple shot this year. I'm gonna do one from Parliament, and I'm gonna do two from Funkadelic. They're For those who don't know the history of Parliament or Funkadelic, they're both the brainchild of George Clinton. Okay, one was meant to be truly kind of more, I want to say, experimental and definitely funky. I mean, get right down with the funky. Whereas the other one, I think, was supposed to be a little more in touch with its soul and R&B roots. All right, it doesn't always hold up. And out of the two, I personally tend to lean more towards Funkadelic than I do towards Parliament. Parliament definitely is more conceptual to me, I find. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't own a lot of Parliament. I try to keep it balanced between Parliament and Funkadelic as I've been picking them up, because this is something I've only been picking up as I've become an adult. And no one I knew listened to funk when I was a kid. There was no one that got me into funk. I know that when I heard it as a kid, I liked it, but no one was listening to it. No one around me was playing it. I lived in a very my mom at the time was country. My dad was very much kind of what would be classic rock, proto metal almost. My love for like Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, um, bands like that come from my dad. Zappa comes from my dad too. And I'm going to mention Zappa because George Clinton is to me to funk, and what he was doing with funk, what Zappa was doing kind of with rock. And even moving outside of rock, like there's definitely a lot of experimenting. So let's get into this, all right? First off, I'm doing Mothership Connection as the review, if you didn't tell already by what's written. And this is Parliament, all right? Mothership Connection. All the Parliament and Funkadelic albums I've been picking up, they're all digital remasters. Okay, so the sound quality is primo. Oh, beautiful! Sounds great. You can hear everything crystal clear. It is wonderful. No complaints. Bonus tracks on everything. Good stuff. Okay, so we got all the basics covered. Now the album opens up with P Funk wants to get funked up. And this just really kind of it does. It gets you right in the mood right away. Get you pumping. Has this great little thing, man. I love listening to funk. I definitely have tried to emulate it as a bassist. And sometimes I can get it good. Sometimes I can get a good funk riff going if I've got the right drum beat going behind me. Most of the time I just quite can't quite get there. Drums, on the other hand, I can definitely get funky on drums playing with someone who's got some funky bass going. I can get it going good. So when I'm listening, and then there's the guitar part of funk. Totally out of my realm of experience and capabilities, I'm completely honest, but my love of the wah pedal comes from funk, man. I love the wah. Oh, the wah is my friend. Oh, I love the wah, man. Ooh, give me some wah. Give me some wah. All right. And P Funk wants to get funked up is all of that right there, man. You get that great killer bass going on, that just simple but awesome killer kind of bass line going. You just get it's almost a straightforward drum beat. but just played a little bit back, just a little bit, just a little bit slick, a little bit, yeah. You can feel that kind of groove that he's walking around with. And then you get that guitar going in there, you get the guitar, you get the wah going, plus you get just the kind of that weird way they do the chord strumming in there. I don't know how to. I don't know the terminology for that one. I've never bothered to learn funk. I looked at funk for guitar once to try and learn a little bit of funk. No, man, no. That is funk is for guitarists that know how to play guitar and have instincts. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You got to have instincts and skills. You got to know your shit. You got to know your shit, but you got to have instincts too. All right. I've played with two guitarists, both of which I think could honestly, one I know for sure could play funk. My buddy Matt Kell, he could do the funk. And he could do it good, man. That white boy could bust it out. He had the skills, he had the knowledge, and he had the instincts. He knew what he was doing. The other lead guitarist I played with, Jay Robson, also, he had the instincts. Didn't quite have the experience of actually getting to play funk, but he had the instincts. He could have done well with it, better with it than he had a chance to do when I was playing with him. My buddy Drew, who I always mention in my reviews and stuff like that, he he's the guy that when I want to. He's the bassist usually. If I want to get some good funk going on the bass, he can funk up that bass, man. He can funk it up pretty good. Pretty good on the drums too, though. Let me tell you, man. Ooh, when I'm getting in that pocket and I get a good funk going on the bass, he's the drummer usually that's playing with me when I'm doing it. So all this bullshit that I'm going on here, P-Funk wants to get funked up. It sets the mood. It gets you going right away. After that, you get into Mothership Connection, the Star Child. I'm not as much into this one as I am into the first track, but this track is a good track. It really is a great song. Now, the reason I'm not into it as much is it's a little bit. I mentioned before how there's supposed to be a little bit more R&B, a little bit more soul kind of to the Parliament, if I remember correctly. That's how that was supposed to work out. It's been a while since I read all that information. With Mothership Connection, you can definitely feel a lot more of that kind of R&B soul kind of vibe in there, for sure. Absolutely. And I appreciate, just not so much my thing. And it's not that R&B crap or that soul crap they try and pass off nowadays. I'm talking the good stuff from way back in the day, man. Like, we're talking that Motown kind of coolness. And you get more of that. You get the funk mixed in with that with Mothership Connection, Star Child. The vocals on this one also don't work for me as well. They're not bad. They just. Then we get the next song, Unfunky Ufo. Alright. So this song is your bare bones basic funk going on, man. P-Funk wants to get funked up is definitely, setting the mood for, there's going to be some nice, cool funk. And then when you get a Mothership Connection, it's kind of like, all right, here's that R&B and soul and stuff like that we're talking about. Motown, baby. Motown mixed with funk. And then you get Unfunky Ufo, and this one just kind of got this great stomp to it, man. You just can't help but stomp and move your head, man. I mean, I'm walking down the street, my head just, oh, yeah, UFO, UFO, oh, yeah, you. You can't help it, man. Because it just got that bang to it, man. Like, this is the Rob Zombie kind of stuff. If you like Rob Zombie, Unfunky Ufo, man, that's the stuff you got to get into right there, man. Rob Zombie, when he's doing all that cool kind of, he's got that dark, naughty kind of stomp going on, man. That's where he's getting it from, man. He's getting it from here, without a doubt. I'm going to butcher this next song title. Super groovalistic prostification. Yeah, woo! Just look for the word across the top. I'm not trying to say that again. Good tune. Horrible title. Impossible to say. Good tune, man. Really good. But at this point, it's kind of like, all right, we're kind of riding the same kind of wavelength. We're kind of milking it a little bit. It feels like a little bit. I do like, as much as I talk about the drums, the bass, the guitars, that's where most of my experience is. I do have experience with playing piano and keyboards, and that is in here, but I do not have experience playing keyboards with anything that even remotely resembles this type of stuff, okay? Not even remotely close. I have no brass experience, and most of my wind experience comes from playing a harmonica, okay? So it's not really woodwind experience. We can pretend it is, but it's not. Let's be honest. Um, so there's parts of this I really can't talk about the way I would like to, but those parts that are in there are fantastic, and even the guitar parts in there, and that the way that they work it to give everything that honestly that spacey, especially for the 70s, what would be that truly funky spacey kind of sound is magnificent. Like this is stuff, if you're really honestly a serious musician, this is the type of stuff you should honestly listen to. Even as a rock musician, you gotta listen to this shit, man. You gotta. You gotta. I mean, Rob Zombie is proof. You gotta listen to this stuff. Alright, let's move on. From there, we go to Handcuffs. Oh, this one. The problem with this song is I'm looking at it from a modern perspective. I don't have a past perspective on it. And when you listen to the song, it's all about putting the handcuffs on a woman, trying to keep her in line, kind of thing. Don't make me put the handcuffs on you, woman. I think that's what the line says. And the idea is to keep the woman in line because she keeps, doing things that ain't cool. But by today's standards, that's not cool. You just gotta let them run wild, let them do what they want. Sorry by the voice there. That was just doing. I'm just being humorous. I was not trying to impersonate. Just in case that sounds like anything to anybody. Because I've been listening to so much funk, sometimes I just, okay. All right. Now, one of the very first funk songs I was ever actually exposed to as a kid, I was a really young kid. I mean, this had to be 86, 87. Was Give Up the Funk, Tear the Roof Off the Sucker. And I actually remember these kids blaring it in a boombox in the back of the school bus. I don't know how the hell they got away with this. It only happened once or twice before they were told they couldn't do it anymore. Blasted it on this boombox on this set, and man, this stuff caught me. I was like, oh yeah, this stuff's on, boom, yeah. And I love this song. This song comes on, man, boom. I'm right into it, man. I mean, I'm honestly right into it. I'm moving, I'm grooving. Once again, if I'm walking down the street listening to this album, which I've been doing a lot lately, man, I'm just dancing down the street, it feels like. I got that slight slant back you get when you listen to funk. You gotta just go to groove, man. You gotta groove. Your hands moving. You just can't help it, man. You just can't help it. And Give Up the Funk, Tear the Roof Off the Sucker is just awesome. And this is one of those ones where the layering in it, the mixing in it, the I don't want to say sampling because it's not really sampling so much, but it is, we'll call it proto sampling almost. Like this is definitely the stuff that rap artists were later sampling, or hip hop artists or DJs or whatever were later sampling when they were doing stuff and doing the music and whatnot. This is how they this is the stuff they use, man, because this is awesome crap. All right, and then the official album finishes with Night of the Thumpasaurus Peoples. This one's just a weird funk tune, man. Weird trip funk tune. The instrumentation, the music on it is really fun. It really is. And they're having a good time. It is. It's a really good time. Throughout the whole entire albums, the albums to me are more great poetic expressions poetic audio experimentation and expression set to fantastic music. And the way that they mix and stuff like that, it's definitely more of this art. So the story or the music or the lyrics that they're using in a lot of these songs, I don't always pay attention to. Like Handcuffs is actually one of the few I actually really pay attention to the lyrics, because it's something where lyrically you really should pay attention to. Whereas the rest of them, you're listening to it more as an artistic expression, more as this great piece of ear art, you know? And that's, I think, how it should be taken. Fantastic ear art set to the most delicious, funky music. Awesome. And then the bonus track on here is Starchild Mothership Connection, which is the promo radio version. And I don't honestly. I know there's some differences in there. They're so negligible. I don't really pay attention to it. Part of it's going to be, biggest one's going to be, they're cutting it for a radio edit to make it a little bit shorter. This is a cool album, man. The last Parliament album I covered last year, I was not a fan of. You can go back. I'm gonna even put a link below in the description for you, so you can go back and watch that one. This one is by far the superior of the two albums I've reviewed so far for Parliament. I would recommend this album. If you are out there and you're trying to figure out what you want to pick up as a Parliament album, this is a good Parliament album to start with. I believe so. Let me know what you guys believe. If you've already listened to this album, let me know what you think. Right in the comment section below. That's what it's for. If you have other Parliament albums you want me to cover down the line, leave that in the comments as well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm really pushing the subscribe button heavy right now, please. And that's because I want to be able to start doing some live streaming, because concerts are coming back. And in August, I'm going to a concert I have been waiting for. Tracy and my son Ryan and we're going to go see Rammstein, and I want to be able to live stream some stuff while I'm up there, up in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So I need more subscribes, please. Other than that, there's also going to be a link below for Patreon. And yeah, so peace, love, take care, and get the funk out.